Hello and welcome to another flip through video. So something interesting happened this week. Originally I'd planned on starting to flip through some commander decks. The first of the in-paper commander product from 2011. But as I was going through some of my decks, I reminded myself that I actually have the Archenemy product from 2010, so that predates the commander product, so it's between the plane chase product we'd already looked at or flipped through previously and the commander product that was released in 2011. So I have all four of these, so I thought, well, why not go through these as well as their multiplayer decks. There's a lot of one-ofs in here. Additionally, as you can hear me rustling around here with packages, I do also have the scheme deck as well, the scheme cards. So I'm going to show you those at the end of the video. As with a lot of these videos, we're going to focus in on the artwork. If you want to have a look at my original unboxing, which I did for these, and those were spread out over time because I didn't buy the product all at the same time, I will include a link in the description. So let's have a look through this. We'll start off with the Lodestone Golem. These are in rarity order and also ordered by type and CMC. There's probably going to be some duplicates in here which I'll skip over. So I find this period, around this period in the lead into the commander product, really interesting because you can see them dabbling with multiplayer stuff. So this was a one versus many format. The deck, and this one's the Assemble the Doomsday Machine deck, which is a white, blue, black artifact heavy deck. This was the deck that was designed to be used by the Archenemy, and then those going up against it in a one-to-many format would have their own particular decks. The later Archenemy product that came a few years later had all the decks in it. It had the Archenemy deck and the many decks, if you like. So for this you definitely have to take yourself back to 2010. Obviously these multiplayer decks, along with the dual decks that were around at that time, and were several issues in of the dual decks, was a great way of obtaining reprints. But because Archenemy was specifically aimed to a multiplayer format, what we're going to see here might be considered to be a little bit more EDH stroke commander friendly. Now of course when we get to the scheme cards, which are slightly larger, and I'll probably need to zoom out for those a little bit, you'll sort of see how this deck, the Archenemy deck, was given a bit of a leg up, if you like, when going up against multiplayer or multiple opponents. And if you watch through the original video that I did, the unboxing, you'll get a bit of a better idea about the functionality of the deck in terms of for what the different cards do, but here we're just focusing on the artwork, and you can see why I wanted to go through these. You know, if you're a long-term Magic player, this is like super nostalgic. I'm unsure as to whether they did commission any new artwork for these decks, but certainly, obviously, some of this artwork, you know, may have been in older frames before. And that's something I just don't know off the top of my head. So we've got a couple of Sanctum Gargoyles. Couple of spell bombs. I'm going to prove myself wrong in a moment probably, but I seem to remember that the most they tended to be in these, apart from obviously the basic lands, was like a couple of copies, but quite a large percentage was just single copies. It's also interesting to see how they were attempting to do the mana fixing here. So remember, it's a 3-colour deck. Colours being white, blue and black. Oh, of course, the obelisks. Yes. Because this would have been after Shards of Alara and the border posts. So yeah, obelisks and border posts from that block. So they have both of the relevant border posts. Yeah, those border posts have a really nice cycle of art. Oh, Terramorphic Expanse. Spend some time there just appreciating this particular version of the artwork. So we've got a couple of those, and then we move on to our basic lands. Notice there aren't any non-basics in here. I don't think there are. I don't think I reordered it. Yeah, because those border posts are artifacts. So we're going to see a few duplications in the artwork. I've grouped the same artwork together so I can flip through a little bit quicker. Very nice. You know, this is why I like to do this. It's like up close appreciation of the deck. It's easy to miss things. When you don't have that sort of zoomed in look at the cards. Very nice. Oh, and now we have our super gnarly swamps. Artifacts and gnarly swamps, that's where it's at, I think. So let's see how we do focusing on the appropriate assemble the Doomsday machines schemes. So with these, you'll probably notice as we go through, there's going to be duplicates of some of these. There was more scheme decks or scheme cards than there in these Archenemy decks than there were, say, planes cards in the plane chase decks, and they're a different orientation as well. So let's just see how well I do here. Let's try and get this in as close as I can. And as reasonably centered as I can. Here we go. I think that's as good as I'm going to get. Okay. I'll include also links to the MTG wiki articles, because I'm not going to attempt to explain how these scheme cards interacted with the game. You know, you'll do a better job reading about it, I think, than I will attempting to explain it. And you can see, as I pointed out, there's a few of these which are duplicated in the deck. I love the titles of some of these. I delight in your convulsions. Embrace my diabolical vision. Sounds like a good title for a video, doesn't it? Oh, yeah, we've seen that one already. Behold the power of destruction. And that's the last one. The pieces are coming together. So there we have it. That's the Archenemy Assemble the Doomsday Machine artwork, along with some of the deck and the scheme cards. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. That was a nice find or a refind. Thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in the next episode.